Hello, my Play School friends. I'm so excited to be able to do yoga with you today. Although we are not meeting in person, if you have any yoga questions after we do our yoga, you can get them to teacher Phoebe and she will get them to me. So some of you I might know and some of you I might not know, but I want to talk just for a moment about 3 things that we will always do together when we sit down to do yoga. And the first thing we'll do is that we're gonna sit up really tall. You can see I'm sitting on my knees, and you know, it's almost Halloween, and I want you to think about all the muscles in your body holding up your skeleton. So I'm not gonna slouch down, I'm gonna sit up. Imagine you have a string coming out of the top of your head, and all your muscles are pulling in to hold up your skeleton so that your skeleton is protected, it's not flopping over. That's thing number 1. Number 2 is we're all going to pick up our shoulders and roll them back. So try that with me. Pick them up and roll them back. Sometimes when we get nervous or worried, our shoulders can start to come up here by our ears. So we want to remember we stretch, we contract them strongly, and then we roll them back. And when we do that, we actually make it so that we can breathe a little better. So thing number 3, after lifting up our shoulders and rolling them back, is I want you all to put your hands on your belly, just like this, and we're gonna take some deep balloon breaths. So you can blow out and then in. And then out. And then again, in. And then out. And one more time, in, and then out. And when you do that, it's just like when you give your body a snack. Your body is thankful for that extra air in the same way that it's grateful for food or drink. So those are the 3 things we'll always do. We'll sit up extra tall, roll our shoulders up and back, and we will do our balloon breaths. This is Frodo, and he might join us from time to time in yoga because he's a pretty chilled out guy, and yoga is really about exercising slowly. Sometimes we exercise fast, and yoga is not super fast, but we're trying to connect our body with our mind. So sometimes when we're doing yoga, your mind will start to wander away, and that's fine. You're just gonna try to bring it back to your muscles, how you feel, and that's fine that it wanders away, you just bring it back. The other thing that I wanted to show you, well, a couple things. I have this fun little glitter jar here, and I like to use this as an example of how things feel in our mind. So when we are busy with lots going on in our life, maybe we're really happy, maybe we're a little worried or a little bit sad, things can get a little bit cloudy. And when we do yoga and we take time to breathe slowly, especially, we slow down and we allow all these things to start to sink down to the bottom. Now they're still there, they're still in our mind, the glitter is still in the jar, but we'll start to be able to see them just a little bit more clearly by slowing down. So we're going to use this as an example when we do yoga. And then the other thing I wanted to show you is my sound bowl. And if you pay really close attention today, I'm going to play it at the end, and that's going to show us another way to focus. So sometimes we use our eyes to focus, like with our glitter jar, and sometimes we use our ears to focus, like with our sound bowl. So I'm going to show you that at the end, so stick with me. And then next time we meet, we'll talk about some different straps you can use to do some fun things, like a yoga, or some different props, like a yoga strap, or a block. So stay tuned, we're gonna talk about all those things. And you can use a mat to do your yoga, or you can use a bath towel, or you can even use just a rug, or even your hardwood floor. Whatever is most comfortable for you. If you have a bath mat, it's nice to have something a little bit soft. The important thing is just that you have a space that is just yours to do yoga, and that you can find a little bit of quiet to do your yoga in. So we'll start with just a few poses today, and you can watch this video as many times as you need, and then each time we'll add just a little bit more. So you know your 3 things we'll always do at the beginning, And the first pose that I want to show you is called Child's Pose. This is a pose about you. So the way you're going to do this is you're going to take your knees kind of far apart and you're going to sit on your feet. So your bum can sit back on your feet. And then you're going to stretch forward and let your head rest down on the mat. Now, if it hurts your knees, you can put like a block or a pillow underneath your head. So you'll come down and relax down on the mat. So everybody do that. Take your knees wide apart, sit back on your feet, rest your arms forward, and relax your head down. And while you're in that position, I want you to keep taking your deep balloon breaths. So relax all the muscles in your body. Try to kind of pay attention to them. See what feels good, what you want to stretch out maybe a little bit more. Take a couple deep breaths while you're in child's pose. Oh, I think Frodo's gonna, yep. Frodo came to provide some excitement and tip over our phone. So I'm gonna have to get him down. Okay, after your next breath out, I'm going to ask you to come up onto your hands and knees into what we'll call tabletop pose. So you're gonna make a table. Let me see if I can't get this into the right position. Okay, that's not quite as good, but so you'll be with your hands on the mat and with your knees on the floor, okay? Now look at my back. I wanna make sure I'm not sunk down too low and I'm not up too high. So I'm gonna start with a regular table, just like this. And now I'm gonna breathe in and drop my belly down low, and I'm gonna breathe out, and I'm gonna pull my belly up high and tuck my chin down. So that's how I'm gonna stretch out my back. Breathe in, drop my belly down, breathe out, pull my belly up and tuck my chin down. Okay, so that's your tabletop. So think about your first table as being strong, like you're gonna have a picnic. And then breathe in, drop down, breathe out, pull. Frodo is really making this exciting for us, guys. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm back. That was exciting. Okay, all right, the next pose that we are gonna do is called balancing table, okay? And the way that we do balancing table is we start in our regular table, and then you're gonna balance. So you're gonna take one leg back behind you, and this part's important. You're gonna take the opposite arm forward. So you can have maybe a mom or a grandpa or someone that's taking care of you help you to do this, but you have to do opposite. So if your left leg is up, then your right arm is up. Does that make sense? And then you'll bring your hand and your leg down, and you'll switch to the opposite side, okay? Really strong forward and really strong back, but they have to be opposite. So everyone try your balancing table. Start in your regular tabletop, strong leg back, opposite arm forward. And you'll probably need some help with that. So you can pause the video and find a helper. Bring your arm and leg down and switch to the other side. Good. Nice and strong. You can pull your belly muscles in while you do that to stay strong and stable. Okay. The next pose that we are going to do is downward facing dog. And this is a really fun one. You may have seen it before. This is a pose where you will look like a dog that's stretching. If you've ever seen a dog stretch in the morning when it first wakes up. And let me show you how to do that. Again, you're gonna come into your tabletop and then watch my feet. I'm gonna tuck my toes under and I'm gonna lift my bum up high and I'm gonna drop down my head and neck and relax it. And then I'm gonna bend my knees alternating. So watch, I'm gonna lift up, I'm gonna drop my heels down, bend one knee, bend the other knee, really drop and shake out my head and my neck. See if you can do that. Heels down, bum up. My knees are not on the floor, they're up. Drop my head down. See if you can stretch like a doggy. Maybe you know a dog, maybe you have a dog. Imagine stretching out, relax that head. And I still want to hear your balloon breath. Really relax, relaxing your jaw, relaxing your face, across your eyebrows. Good, very good. So that's downward facing dog. Now we're gonna stand up and I'm gonna show you mountain pose. Okay, so for mountain pose, you're gonna stand up on your 2 feet, and mountain pose actually starts in your feet. So I want you to pick up your toes off your mat and spread them out just like this, and then put them back down on your mat. So see how big you can make your foot, see how wide you can make your toes, and then set them back down, okay? Next, I want you to contract these muscles right here called your quadriceps. And so if you squeeze those leg muscles, remember I talked about your yoga block? Maybe you have a pillow or a little stuffed animal or something that you can put right in between your legs. If you squeeze with your leg muscles, you'll feel your little kneecaps jump up. These bones right here on your knees, okay? The next part of this pose is pull your belly muscles in, okay? Then next, I want you to put your arms straight out like a robot, as far as you can, robot. And then next, you're gonna bring your arms up as high as you can reach. High, high, high. So you wanna feel your ribs lifting up and away from your waist and from your hips, okay? All the way up, 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 up. Pretend you're like a volcano, exploding up towards the ceiling, okay? That is your mountain pose. Now, while we're standing up, we are also going to do tree pose, okay? So for tree pose, we start in our regular mountain, and then we are going to turn out one foot. We're gonna turn it out to the side, okay? So I'm gonna have you turn out one foot. Instead of facing forward, it's gonna turn out to the side. And then, sorry guys. And then you're gonna lift it up like a branch of your tree, okay? So you're gonna turn your foot out, and then you're gonna pick it up like this. And you're gonna try to keep this hip nice and open. And this branch is gonna open out to the side. Now I want my trunk to be strong, so I don't wanna slump down into this side of my trunk. I wanna stay tall and strong, and then my branches can go up high. Maybe my branches stay really close into my trunk. Maybe they're out to the side, wherever you want your branches to be. But we're working on the standing part of our trunk, this leg. And then take that foot down, and we're gonna try it on the other side, okay? So your foot's not gonna face forward, it's gonna turn out to the side. Stay open with this hip, and then pick up your branch. Take these branches up high and throw them up towards the ceiling or towards the sky if you're outside. And maybe you can do this yoga with your family, with your teacher, wherever you happen to be. Now watch that you keep your trunk tall and strong. Don't let it slump down and get lazy. And then you can take that branch down, okay? The next pose I want to show you while we're standing up is our lightning bolt pose, okay? So I'm going to turn to my side, and for lightning bolt, I'm going to pretend that I'm sitting down, right? So I'm going to take all my weight back into my heels and put my bum back, and then I'm going to shoot my hands up in a diagonal, okay? Just like this. So I'm really sitting, I'm really feeling some nice work in these muscles. And then I'm gonna turn into a skier, a ski jumper, and I'm gonna ski down the mountain. So take your arms behind you. You're still sitting down low with your muscles, okay? Sit down low, arms come behind you. Skiing down the mountain, okay? All right. Our next pose that we're gonna do, we're gonna come back down to our mat, and the next one we're gonna do is a frog pose, okay? So I want you to imagine that you are hunting for a fly. So you're gonna come down, knees are far apart, just like in your child's pose. You're only sitting on your toes. You're only standing on your toes. Bring your hands right here and imagine you're a quiet frog hunting for that fly. You're looking around. You have to be so quiet. Now I'm not a lazy little frog, okay? I gotta be strong and tall and ready to jump to catch my fly, okay? So there's our frog. The next one that I wanna show you, and you guys are doing such a great job of paying close attention. We're gonna be done pretty quick here, and then I'll show you my sound bowl. So the next pose that we're gonna do is called bridge pose. So there's a lot of bridges in Portland, and they have to be strong for the boats to be able to go through. So let me show you how we're gonna do bridge. We're gonna lay down with our feet on the mat, close to our bums, okay? So watch me. Just like this, and then I am gonna lift up my belly. I'm gonna lift up my bum and lift up my belly. My feet are kind of close to where my bum is, and I'm gonna lift up high, just like a bridge, so that a boat can go underneath. So show me how you can do a bridge. Maybe a mom or dad or grandma or grandpa or someone can put their hand here, and you can see if you can lift your belly up strong enough to touch their hand. And then you can slowly roll back down your bridge, okay? So everyone can lay down in their space on their towel, on the floor, on the mat. Feet are on the mat, kind of close up by your bum, and then lift up your belly and your bum. See how high you can get it, higher, 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 higher. And touch that person's hand or just lift up as far as you can. And then you'll come slowly, slowly, slowly back down with your bridge, okay? All right, very good. We're just gonna do 2 more, and then I'll show you my sound bowl, okay? The next one you're gonna do is crocodile. So for a crocodile, you're gonna lay down on your side with your knees close together and pull them up close, okay? And then both of my arms are gonna go out. My arms are gonna be the crocodile mouth, all right? I'm lying down, my arms go out, and I'm gonna open up my chomping mouth, and I'm gonna come all the way across. Now for me, I've got my map here, but maybe you can go all the way across and open up your chomping crocodile mouth all the way. Now when we do a twist like this, we help the food to move through our belly. We help our intestines and our belly to be happy. Okay, and then after you're there for a while, then you can bring your chomper back over. And then if you can, I want you to roll to the other side so that you can chomp the other direction, okay? The other direction, because you have to twist both ways for your intestine and your belly to be happy. So think about your other side, pull your belly up close, put your arms straight out, your chomper opens wide all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way over, and then leave it there for just a little bit, and then you'll bring it all the way, all the way, all the way back, okay? And then your next pose is gonna be what's called resting pose, and that's when I'm gonna play my sound bowl. So, before you get into resting pose, I wanna say thank you for practicing yoga today. You were great listeners for almost 20 minutes. That's a lot of patience, okay? So I'm gonna put my hands together, and the special thing I'm gonna say is I'm gonna say namaste. Can you say that with me? Namaste. And that means the light in me honors the light in you. I think you're wonderful. I can't wait till we can be together again, and I'm glad we get to do yoga this way too. So for resting pose, I want you to lay down on your back on your mat and shake your legs out. So lay your legs all the way down. I want you to shake them out a little bit, and I want you to lay so your hands are looking at the ceiling beside you, okay? And while you do that, I'm gonna play my little sound bowl, and there might be other sounds in your house. Maybe there's a cat or a dog or a phone or a computer noise or cars outside, but you're just gonna try to focus on this one sound, okay? And while you focus on that sound, you're gonna do your balloon breath, and you can stay in your resting pose as long as you want. And your glitter jar and this sound bowl, those are things to help you calm down your body when you're having big feelings. And you can use them anytime, which is pretty amazing. So find your position in your resting pose, and I'm gonna play this sound bowl, and I want you to listen to the sound until it's all the way gone, and I will see you next time. I'm so excited. Try to remember our 3 things we'll always do at the beginning, and we'll try some new poses every time we get together. Okay, so start with your deep belly breathing, your deep balloon breathing. Here comes the sound bowl. Try to pay attention.